Hey, this is Joel Oney at J Money in the heart of the Buckeye State, and I want to personally welcome you to today's episode of the Steel Kings podcast with my good friends Jared Ledford and Eric Olson, better known as the Steel Kings. Be sure to check out jmoneyllc.com for financing solutions for your buildings. And now let's get back to the Steel Kings podcast.
What's going on, guys? This is Jared and Eric. We are the Steel Kings. We are back for another episode of the podcast with you guys. Wanted to check in with our friends over at Cold Spring Enterprises, the creators of the VersaBend. If you guys are in need of a tube bender, one process, very easy, check out the folks over at Cold Spring Enterprises with the VersaBend. Our friends over at J Money are offering financing on all home improvement products, including your backyard sheds, your metal buildings, your swimming pools, your windows, your roofs, your doors. They do it all. Contact Joel and the team over at J Money, and they can get you on the way to offering financing to your customers. Eric, my man, my brother, what's going on, brother? How are you?
Man, what's going on? It is October. We've got so much going on, and
dude, it's crazy, right?
I am thankful to be in my office, sitting, not having to, it's good. I love the action that the Shed Show had, but I also love being in Central Command.
Dude, we have been busy. We've been busy the last couple of weeks, man. I'm still trying to get recovered from it. I've got a little bit of a head cold going since we got back. So we were in Knoxville for Shed Expo. We just came off of an episode with Darren from Stormore. So I think we want to follow up a little bit on that today. We want to talk a little bit about what happened at Shed Expo, but we also came back from Roll Forming Show. So we've been busy. Man. Last couple weeks have been pretty fun and exciting for the Steel Kings. So we're getting out and about. We're meeting and shaking hands and finally getting out and meeting folks that are listening to the podcast. And I can tell you, man, what a positive thing that was, getting to meet some people that have listened to the podcast, enjoyed what we've had to share. And what do you think, bro? I mean, honestly, it was
I checked my contacts. I had like 281 contacts on my phone before that week. Now I have 339. So I made friends.
Yeah, that means we're making headway.
We made friends.
That's right.
One thing, I mean, if I could say one statement about the Shed Show is that people need direct help on marketing questions. Yeah. I've never been to the Shed Show before. I know the Q&A and the speakers are great, but that Q&A panel that I was on and was blessed to be a part of, I realized how dire people don't understand. They'll perish without understanding. And so it's like,
yeah,
man, I wish I had that Q&A panel forever. I was so blessed that Peter Miller asked, Shannon got with Peter and Peter asked me to be on it. I will do it again and again because at the end of the day, man, that was a magical moment.
Yeah.
That week was a magical moment. Monday was a magical moment for the Shed Sales Summit.
Well, it was a good moment, not just for the industry, right? We all get together. We all get to meet and meet new friends and talk about the industry. But it was a particularly good day for the Steel Kings. I mean, I think that it, putting a face with a name, finally getting out in front of the folks and being able to really share our story, our testimony, and all those things, it just, in my opinion, it's so refreshing and warm feeling. I know that sounds probably cheesy and corny, but it's like, man, you guys made us feel pretty good. So I gotta give y'all a shout out and thank you for all of those that stopped by the booth and said hi to me and Eric and all the folks that walked around at the Shed Expo with us. And a special thank you to Marty and the team over at Shed Business Journal. They put on the Shed Expo, and what a good job they do. Their team over there, Matt Poe, who does the media, brought the Steel Kings over for an interview. We got to be interviewed right in the middle of the Shed Expo floor, which was really cool. But really just got to kind of enjoy the moment and really just spend time with folks. And I can't say thank you enough to the folks over at the Shed Business Journal, the people that put on the Shed Expo in Knoxville. What a fantastic time. And I can tell you, 2026 is right around the corner. We will be back in Knoxville in 2026 for Shed Expo 2026. So if you guys saw something exciting and you haven't been, come check it out. Dude, I can't echo it enough, man. I mean, we met so many people. I know you've got a laundry list of people specifically that you want to shout out. I got a little fun activity we're going to do here. We're going to talk about, the thing that I thought was really cool from my perspective is a lot of the folks that listen, or a lot of folks that are familiar with the podcast, wanted to give me hats. So I've become the hat guy. Even though I haven't been wearing one lately, I went ahead and put one back on because I'm trying to grow my hair back. But I've got some hats here, and we're gonna pick the best hat from Shed Expo.
Okay.
So we'll do that. We're gonna go through that this morning here on the podcast. I want to get your take on what's the one thing you took away from Shed Expo. You asked us this prior, so we went to a dinner. Myself, you, Shannon, the team from Shed Geek, Joel, the team at J Money. We all went out to a pretty nice dinner prior to Shed Expo starting on Wednesday. We met on Tuesday evening and kind of huddled and talked about, what we were looking forward to. What's the one takeaway, Eric, for you from Shed Expo this year?
Well, I've been to a ton of trade shows in a different industry, over 15 years ago. This one, I mean, I don't know. It was my first one. I'm a little shell shocked from it still. It's opened up some verticals in my mind on things that need to be like less of some things, more of other things. There's definitely a wide open sea in some areas, I feel like.
Sure.
I realized I was just hanging out with Jeff at the table on Monday morning. I got there super early. There was nobody there. Some random person I never met walked up and said, "I just watched the Steel Kings episode. You're Eric." And I was like, "What?" And so I gave him a big hug, and I was like, "Oh, okay." So influence is good, but having like this podcast can go farther. I know that for sure. It can go into some other areas too. And so I'm, hanging with, we just had some people come to our office yesterday that listen to us every Monday. Shout out to Sunrise Structures. They are such a great family. They just came and checked out our sales office. I think they stirred the pot. And the thing from the expo is you're mixing a lot of old school mentality with new school stuff. And if you can marry them and get them together, the industry will be better. I believe that what I noticed, probably the biggest thing, is that technology is now it's increasing. Like technology from a sales from home perspective. And people have a hunger, man. That Q&A, I just keep getting stuck on that Q&A. The Q&A panel was absolutely wonderful. Craig Felker did a good job being the DJ. But being up there with the fellas was great because I realized how curious people are about what they're doing and if they're doing it the right way. If there's another, so it's good. It's good to know that people want to get better. It makes me want to get better.
I think that there's a happy balance between the marketing offerings that are out there that are very much not tailor-made to our industry. So what we have to understand from a top-down perspective, those of us who've been in the industry, been around people of all type of different ways of life, we have to understand that a majority of the folks out there, I would say a majority, over 50%, our friends in the plane communities that are, living their lifestyle the way they want to and choosing to live that lifestyle to the fullest, we have to assist in a way that is respectful and responsible to the way that they want to live their life. And I think that that's the one thing that I took away from this, is that there's a fine balance between giving up control of your business and being at the beck and call or at the leisure of a marketing company that doesn't necessarily understand the vision or the focus of what your business really wants to be or is currently. And, I'm talking really low and slow because I want the people that are out there listening to know that there are people out there like myself and Eric, Shannon, the team at Shed Geek, all of our partners, and we're going to roll through a lot of those that we, the one thing that I took away other than that is that I want to assess certain pieces of this industry and assist in working with those companies that reflect the values of the Steel Kings, that reflect the values of Eric and Jared. Because when I see things like, hey, replace your sales rep with AI, I think that might be a little bit too early. And not that it's not a good idea, but like we have to rally around that as a community and say, maybe we're not quite ready for that. Because to me, I sit in a cubicle all day next to folks who grind every day, and I don't want to be replaced by AI. I just don't. And I've been a big proponent of using AI in the right way and utilizing it to the fullest of its extent. Well, the thing we have to understand is our friends in the plane community specifically haven't even adapted to technology, let alone being replaced by artificial intelligence through technology. And what I would say is that all of the strongest people in this industry have to lock arms in this moment and decide what's going to work and what's not going to work. We talked to Darren last week on the episode about rising above, getting to the top of the heap. We're not going to race to the bottom any further. I'm just going to give you a plug, Eric. I mean, I don't know how this is kind of just hitting from the hip. For those of you who really want some marketing consultation, for those of you who really want to talk to someone who knows what they're doing, really reach out to Eric and I. Specifically Eric. Eric has his thumb on the pulse right now of really exciting things in this industry, specifically with SEO and on page and all of that kind of stuff. And we're working with the team over at Shed Hub to give some options, some very unique options to very few. This is not going to be something that everybody gets an opportunity. This isn't going to be something that we're shouting from the rooftops right away. It's a slow and low build for us. We want to help you guys get started down the correct path to on-page SEO in this industry. We want to help you guys get ranked. We want to help you guys get to the top of those Google feeds. And I can tell you, if however you look, we can help you.
Are you swimming in leads but struggling to close the deal? It's time to turn those leads into profits with Making Sales Simple, the ultimate sales training program designed specifically for shed sales professionals. At Making Sales Simple, we understand the challenges you face, overwhelmed by inquiries, unsure how to follow up, and missing opportunities that can boost your bottom line. Our proven techniques help you and your team master the art of connecting with customers, building trust, and closing deals like never before. Whether you're new to the industry or a seasoned pro, this training will sharpen your skills, increase your conversions, and drive your business to new heights. Don't let those leads go cold. Invest in your team's success today. Making sales simple, because every lead deserves a closer.
Go ahead.
I think no, thank you for the plug. You didn't tell me you were going to do that. So, but I think the quest of, and if you've been a listener and you're listening to this episode and you've heard what the Quest is, the website. Quest has been the website. It's been the website at Dayton Barnes and our other two businesses. Like, it's getting ranked and we're making incredible progress. I mean, I'm not going to say numbers, but it is insane how, and just real. I mean, I know it's a niche area, because I think a lot of times marketing is Facebook, but like I'm not saying anything different than I've said from the very beginning, which is I feel that paid marketing is going backwards. Meta's too complicated. Meta does not have good help. A lot of times people are boxing in and not releasing knowledge when they should. That guy from Rockwood I was talking to oh man, that was like a divine moment where it was like real quick. Now obviously I'm not going to do Facebook management, or we're not. It's just all I know is what's working for Dayton Barnes, and we've been harping on it for the past probably 6 or 7 months. And so a
there's
firm
more
understanding of that.
there's more to what we're doing in this industry than just Facebook.
Yeah,
And
100%.
if you're spending thousands of dollars a month to have someone manage your Facebook page, you need to reevaluate what you're doing, and you probably need to reevaluate it in a real hurry. Because what I'll tell you is, from my perspective, someone who has been on top of running Meta ads and Google ads and social media presences for the last 3 years for a metal building company that services most of the United States. If you're experiencing what I'm experiencing, which is cost per result through the roof, results being not as good as they used to be, sales being down in some areas of the country, inability to penetrate due to, I'm not really sure if it's oversaturation, if it's Facebook algorithms. I would argue, since AI came into the picture on Meta specifically, it's been a downward hill for small businesses, because we get pushed into, hey, I need siding put on my house. And it's like, I'm not doing that. We don't do siding. We don't do roofs. We don't do doors and windows. We build accessory buildings. We deliver portable sheds. We do the same thing we've been doing for years, and it's totally different than it used to be. If you want to drive your marketing in a way that makes sense for your business, that is very tailor made to what you do, where you do it, talk to Eric. We can at least get you pointed in the right direction with one of our partners. Talk to Shannon. I know that Shannon and Cord over there at Shed Geek are really doing some next level things. Really getting into that consultative kind of just helping out, right? I mean, I don't think there's anybody that came up to the booth that didn't get an answer to the question that they asked, and a lot of times, just schedule some time with us, send us an email, we'll get on a call with you. We have no issue doing that. We just want to get to know you guys better. We want to get to know what you guys need. I think that's my biggest takeaway is exactly what you said, Eric. If I had to sum it up in one sentence, it would be, there's so much more we can do with this podcast. Yeah. And we can do it helping our friends who are already supportive of us. Right.
It would make no sense. And Shannon always says it the best, and you say it too. Actually, Darren said it, rising tide raises all ships.
He said he stole my line.
Yeah, he stole your line on that.
Yeah, he sure did. He stole it completely.
I love that guy's spirit and his vision. And but anyway, what good is it if you know something that works and you don't help somebody else?
That's right.
I mean, like, in my mind, I'm like, the ministries I'm involved in. It's not like you make it and then you're just good. You want to turn around and get other people on your lifeboat. It's just a natural human tendency. And so if I know one thing, it's definitely how to manipulate a website in order to produce leads at a high level. That's basically and I only realize that because all of you listeners came to me, and some of the people that have called and discussed, I'm like, I'm not claiming to be some expert. I'm just like, it's working at the barns. So, man, I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for, I should have went. I mean, doing the barns for the past, doing the barns past 6 years ago. And bro, in 7 days, it's 6 years. So I didn't even realize that. I never went to one shed expo. And this whole time, it's just unique, man. I'm tickled. My primary objective is, when we started this podcast, was just to rap about our life and what we're doing. And now all of a sudden it seems that it's gonna, maybe not violently, but it's gonna go to some directions where we want to bring on more sponsors. We want to interview. Can't wait to meet the Velocity 360 team. Their table was in front of us. Great team over there. Can't wait to hang out with them for a little bit. Definitely
we're going to be give you some hints here.
Yeah, drop the hints on them, because that's what I'm really.
We're going to be talking to the folks over at Velocity 360. If you need a CRM system, Brandon and Joe over there at Velocity 360 were great. We've done a demo with them. The one thing that we want to do here is that we only want to talk about businesses that want to take the time to show us how it works, that we can put hands on. you're not going to get a recommendation from the Steel Kings that we haven't either used personally or have firsthand knowledge of the process itself. So the guys over at Velocity 360 are great. We're going to talk to Craig Felker from JMag. If you're in the industry, you're aware of who Craig is. He is a great guy, super full of energy. This is a guy who has been all over the place, done so many things, worn so many different hats, but has landed as a brand, basically the CEO of brand, if you will, for JMag. And I apologize, I don't have his exact title in front of me, but what a guy he is, man. And if you guys were at Shed Expo, what a booth. JMag wins booth, the best booth for sure.
Bro,
they had a crane. Fair. They had a crane, not a crane, but they had like it was a crane. I mean, it was a person crane, like a claw game that you actually got into. So imagine a claw game like in an arcade where you're like pulling out little plushies and stuff. They strapped you into this like full-on gear setup. People of all shapes and sizes, all ages, and they're going from on the ground, up in the air, across, and down into a pit of prizes. And we're not talking like plushies here. We're talking AirPods. We're talking cash. We're talking all kinds of cool freebies. They were passing out sodas like the whole time. Like, hey, you want a Coke? Come into the JMag booth. And not one time did they try to sell me anything. I had conversations with a couple of their reps. I had conversations with Jim and Craig. The team over there is great. I can't give them enough of a plug. But we're going to interview Craig. We're going to interview the guys at Velocity 360. We're going to get to some of these suppliers as well. We talked to Midco. We talked to WEH. We talked to a lot of these, smaller operations all the way up to the big guys. I got to tell you, my booth, other than JMag, has to go to the team over at WEH Supply. You guys heard me shout them out. They had a beautiful shed, and I have to give a quick shout out to the guys at Sheds Direct. As much as I am shocked to say this again, the guys at Sheds Direct don't miss. They built an amazing shed for the guys at WEH. They used amazing supplies. If you haven't seen it, check out the team over at WEH Supply on Facebook. This was a beautiful shed. Got to meet William and Carly, the team there. Just super happy. I got to give them a quick shout out because William makes his own hats. So he might win best effort.
Okay. All right. We want to hear back from you guys on it.
Yeah. WEH gets a win for
we got to see the front of your hat that you're currently wearing too.
Yeah, this is the hat. This is the best hat of the show. So we're gonna save this one for last.
Okay.
So we're gonna run through the hats.
Yeah, I want to shout out Sheds Direct too because I hadn't seen them. They had no clue I was going to be there, and it was nice. I didn't actually even get a chance to. I just hugged Mark Church, but
shout out to Mark.
Everybody's busy, so
yeah, it's crazy. JB, Rick, the team at Sheds Direct, we appreciate you guys. Got to meet Darren. Darren was great in person. Got to meet the team from Heartland Capital. Got to talk to Ben at Easy Pay. The thing about it is the thing that you realize when you don't RTO things, there's a lot of RTO. There's a ton of RTO. So we're doing our due diligence. We're looking, we love the team at Shed Geek RTO. The team over there, Titus and his team that do Shed Geek RTO, but they don't do everything, right? So we're looking for metal building guys that want to do metal building RTO. The team at Heartland seems very motivated to work with us. Same with Easy Pay, Ben and those guys over there at Easy Pay. We already work with Easy Pay and Heartland both. But I think we're trying to figure out if somebody asks the Steel Kings who they'd recommend for an RTO company, we're doing our due diligence. Right now, we would tell you we work with a handful of different people. Nobody specific, but I can tell you the team at Platinum, if you're a shed manufacturer, they seem to have their stuff together. They had a fantastic booth. They were doing free coffees, and getting into the hats, like Platinum for a huge win. The Richardson 112s, multiple colorways. I probably could have got six.
That's a slick
I probably could have got 6 different hats from them. but they're right up there. This was one of the nicest hats. The Richardson 112 is a fantastic hat. We gave a shout out to the WH guys. Want to give a shout out to the team over at the Shed app. We're going to check the Shed app out over the next few weeks. Don't know anything about it really, other than it looks really cool.
That's a flex.
Yeah, this is a flex fit. This is a little different. This is old school. So maybe not for
It's
the
one
Steel
size
King,
fits
but maybe
all.
maybe for one of our staff here, we'll drop the Shed app hat. This is another Shed app hat. Ditch the duct tape. So the Shed app had very cool marketing and branding. Big shout out to those guys. The theory there is everybody puts all this stuff together. 3D designer from over here, CRM from over here. Shed app claims to do it all. We're going to do an assessment. We'll probably dig into them. We'll do an interview with those guys at some point and really dig into the Shed app and give you the heads up on it. I can tell you one team that is doing things the right way, and I don't want to forget to give them a really good plug, Shed Pro. If you guys are looking for a 3D configurator, I would tell you right now from the Shed perspective, the Steel Kings recommend Shed Pro. That is a given. The team over there is doing a fantastic job. Their offerings are next level. From a Shed perspective, it's Shed Pro all the way. So let me give that plug.
Introducing Shed Hub, your ultimate shed marketplace. Are you in the shed business and looking to connect with more buyers? Look no farther than Shed Hub. Shed Hub is a game-changing, two-sided marketplace that brings shed sellers and buyers together in one easy-to-use platform. Think of it as the Amazon of sheds. Shed Hub isn't just any ordinary marketplace. It's a powerhouse that ranks on the first page of Google's search results in 91% of U.S. cities. With over 1.2 million impressions on our website last month alone, Shed Hub is where you want to be to showcase your sheds to a wider audience. And here's the best part. For a limited time, you can join our exclusive Next 500 plan for just $39 per month. Simply head over to geek.shedhub.com to sign up and start attracting more shoppers to your shed listings. As the Shed Geek, I am here to endorse Shed Hub and invite you to join me on this journey to boost your shed business. Whether you're struggling with website visibility or simply want more eyes on your product, Shed Hub has got you covered. Don't miss out on this opportunity to supercharge your shed sales. Visit geek.shedhub.com today and make your mark in the shed industry with Shed Hub.
We've got Midco, and Midco had kind of a mid hat, no pun intended. I don't like the Velcro. Opt for no Velcro next time. I don't love the Velcro. WEH also had the Velcro, so that lowers it on the totem pole just a little bit. They had the Velcro backs. So if you wear them like I do backwards, the Velcro scratches your head and kind of leaves you in a bind. Another great hat from Dayton. I honestly, let me just for this. Yeah, I like this one.
Carhartt.
It looks like a Carhartt.
Somebody needs to do a Carhartt hat, branded hat.
So Dayton is a garage door company. They're a garage door company. So check out DaytonManufacturing.com. The guy had seen the podcast. It's a Port Authority hat. It's nice. And I'm not sure how it's going to fit, but pretty solid there. So I got a couple funny stories on the last ones as we finish up for today. Oh, I forgot. Platinum also gave me these cool, like Platinum, the Richardson 112s and the matching beanies. So big shout out to Platinum RTO for the cool swag. I also got another hat for Caleb here in the office. So they gave me a bunch of swag. So thank you to those guys. All right. So the last hats all have kind of a funny story. Then we'll do the best hat, which is on my head. These two hats came from Thermagard. And my apologies up front if this isn't your cup of tea, but I have to give them credit for creativity in the space. Make insulation great again. So we've got the MAGA themed advertisement hats. So owning what they represent. I mean, this is as bold a statement as you can make these days. Really cool hats from the guys over at Thermagard Dutch Tech. Went to dinner with, was it Keith? Was his name? It was Eric. His name was Eric. Eric. Yeah, Eric from Thermagard went to dinner. Yeah, we went to dinner with Graber. We went to dinner with Bruck Brothers, and we went to dinner with Eric from Thermagard. Had a great time. But check out the guys at Thermagard. We're going to get them on the podcast. We're working on scheduling an episode. But yeah, I mean, really cool stuff. So this hat here, you guys know Jason Graber. A lot of people in the industry know Jason over at Shed Suite. So I was telling Jason, I said, we're going to do a best hat competition. This one definitely gets the best quality hat award. Okay. This one's by far my favorite hat from the Expo as far as the story that goes with it. Was talking to Jason about this, and I saw everybody walking around with these really cool. They're navy. They're all navy. They have a pink Shed Suite logo on the front, like a light blue and pink Shed Suite logo. And I was like, man, I really want one of those hats. But by the time you walk around the Expo and you finally get around to talking to people and meeting people and saying hi, the hats are gone. And I'm like disappointed because I'm like, dang,
like 2 p.m. on day one.
Let me just give them a shout out. They used my all-time favorite hat, which is the FlexFit 110. This is the absolute best hat on the market, in my opinion. It stretches, but it's also a snapback. So it's got a little bit of a stretch for the guys with the big head. So Jason saw that I was disappointed with no hat and goes to his backpack and pulls out his personally saved Shed Suite Shed Expo hat. So I will be sporting this one all the time, a lot, because I love navy. I love
That's a flex fit.
This is a flex fit.
Flex fit with the mesh back. Oh, okay.
With the snapback. So this baby stretches. So this is my favorite hat. I have custom ordered these before. So it's the look,
it's the stretch, it's firm.
It's the look, it's the stretch, it's firm. Yeah, it's all the things. So Shed Suite gets the best story and the highest quality hat. This is an expensive hat. So to give these away is not super cheap, just to be honest. And then that leaves us with the hat of the show. And there's 2 colorways. And let me just tell you something. From a hat perspective, the number 2 hat out there, in my opinion, is the Otto 39165.
Woo!
And it is the America Builds Better Idea Room hat. Let me just tell you something. So for those of you who are not watching the podcast, we are wearing the America Builds Better hats. Eric has his.
You didn't know I had mine. I've been saving it all episode.
Yeah, Eric was saving it back. Let me get these on here. So the 2 colorways. Let me just tell you something.
I got the desert kind of the desert.
You've got the desert storm. I've got the
the deciduous forest look.
Oh, don't you worry. I've got them both.
Oh, okay, you got them both. Yeah, I guess they don't love me as much.
But I can. Well, I mean, I am the hat guy. Eric has the hat hair. I wear the hats. So I can tell you. Let me just give on the way out this week. I'm actually meeting with the team at Idea Room this week. What Idea Room is doing in the industry for metal buildings, let me tell you something. If you're not using Idea Room, if you're a metal manufacturer and you've switched over, we're not even going to talk about it. Okay. We need to talk about what Idea Room is doing right. I know that there is a lot of heat right now from those in the industry. We got it. I mean, honestly, I ate it, right? We're having issues with Idea Room. Let me tell you something. Okay. We just went through a brand new integration with them for our pole barns. Couldn't have went smoother. They were straightforward on their timelines. Nothing in the tech world happens quickly. And when it does, it usually has problems attached to it. Getting it done right is worth the wait. The team at Idea Room will do the best job they can in the quickest amount of time they can. And they are taking care of people. They're giving, I mean, they had, not that swag's everything, right? But when you're passing out good swag and you're making yourself a community amongst a group of folks and sticking out, the t-shirts were great too. I'll rep a t-shirt on here. But the branding America Builds Better, man, that wins for me.
Yes,
And I can tell you, we use Idea Room at Dayton Barnes probably as much as any one specific tool. It has single-handedly revolutionized what the Steel Kings can do with their business at Dayton Barnes, and now it's doing the same thing with Five Rivers Pole Barns. I am really looking forward to the things that we'll be able to maybe share with you from Idea Room, talk about with Idea Room in the future. But they win by far best hat from Shed Expo.
Looking forward to having them on the show too, as well.
Yeah, we've been working on getting them on the show. We want to go over the 3D design tool. You guys have seen it here on the podcast several times. If you are using another 3D designer in the steel building space, you are missing out. Most of the big manufacturers, most of the big players out there are using Idea Room. Chances are you might even be using Idea Room and you don't even know about it. There's so many cool things you can do with it. We'll do a tutorial. We'll show you everything that we do with our website. We'll get on with Idea Room at some point in the future. Let's give, we've got a few minutes here. We've got a busy day ahead of us. I want to talk about, we've been busy about Shed Expo. I want to spend a couple of minutes, the post frame show in Dayton, a little bit more business to business, a little bit more, these were meant for business folks to come together, in my opinion, and really try to strike deals. Gary and the team over at Shield Wall Media, man, what a fantastic time I had. I got to spend 2 days there. They gave us, Eric, you missed it because Eric had to step out. I had the best little buffet of food ever. Got to spend the evening with Joel from J Money. Got to really get deep with some conversations with Graber. Got to meet the guys at Smart Build. We're going to bring you some more information from the guys at Smart Build. If you're in the pole barn, shed, metal building space, they offer kind of a one-and-done solution for 3D design. They're also working with Idea Room on their implementation for Smart Build to make a more user-friendly, front-facing, kind of customer-centric 3D design tool for metal buildings and pole barns. But man, Gary and the team over at Shield Wall Media, they know how to do it right, and they know how to do it big league. They gave us a booth. They just said, "Hey, come hang out with us. We'd love to get the attention." We set up the mics. We hung out for a while. We did some off reels. Hopefully we can get that stuff uploaded at some point and get it shared out with you guys. But I would be remiss if I did not thank Gary, Missy, the team over at Shield Wall for a great couple of days in our hometown in Dayton. Yeah, I mean, other than that, bro, we've been kind of hyping everybody up and hanging out, but we got to get this week, dude. We've got stuff to do. We've got buildings to sell. We've got deals to talk about.
We've got a monster lineup of episodes coming out. So if you're, thank you for listening to our Monday show. We love starting the week with you guys. So get ready. We've got a lot of cool episodes. There's so many people. Trail down in Louisiana. Hi. Thank you for listening. Yep. North Edge Steel, we hung out with, had a great convo. Hi.
Yep.
I know
Rodrigo, Mitch, people. The guys over at North Edge, got to talk to Gabe
Coleman,
and
Richard
Keith
Mashburn.
from Eagle.
Yeah.
Can't forget
Gabe.
Eagle. Love Eagle.
True.
So I can tell you, dude, this has been a very, very fun recap episode of Shed Expo, all things post frame, all things metal buildings. Cannot thank you guys enough for giving us the time on a Monday. The roll forming show in Dayton was great. The Shed Expo in Knoxville was great. We are back to normal next week with another episode of the Steel Kings podcast. Not sure who it's going to be yet. We're doing several interviews this week, so we'll get back to you on scheduling.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery. It's a secret.
It's a mystery.
We love you guys. We appreciate you. Get out in your community and do something for somebody else. It'll make you feel good. It always makes us feel good. We're the Steel Kings, and we will be back at you next week with another episode. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.
Before you go, the J Money team wants to thank you for listening to today's Steel Kings podcast. Remember, money is king, and if you need a financing option on your portable wood sheds or steel buildings, we are here to help. Just check us out at jmoneyllc.com for more information. And don't forget to catch the next episode of the Steel Kings podcast and have a great day.